cheese show. Cause we give you what you need. And it's 3 times a week. It's that bacon, egg, and cheese. It's that bacon, egg, and cheese show. And it's 3 times a week. Y'all know we bring that heat. It's that bacon, egg, and cheese.
Let's just jump right into it. It's bacon, egg, and cheese, where we chop up the hottest topics, dish the dirt, and deliver it to you raw, baby. And sometimes it's spicy. We got the legend, Lady Luck, Babs Bunny. I am Miss Lissa, and our special guest host is a legend in the media game. She worked with so many of your favorites, especially on Love and Hip Hop, where she executive produces that show. So when you see all the people talking about she and her and the producers that set them up, that's Kim.
I don't set anybody
That's Kim
up.
right there. Hold up. Let me give my intro for Kim. You motherfucking bitches better fall in line. You understand what I'm saying? We got the big dog. We got the big dog on the panel right now. Understand, females making shit happen. It ain't always a nigga in the front. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Give it up for the lady.
I love you guys.
And she
Thank
also
you.
Black Ink Crew, right? You produced Black Ink Crew?
I produced a lot of shows.
Well,
she produced a lot of the shows.
So you want to talk about
watching
them?
A little bit about your accolades, yes.
Run
it down, Kimmy, run it down.
Okay, so a lot of people know me from being the editor-in-chief of The Source. That was many, many moons ago. I transitioned to TV probably about 10 or 15 years ago now, and was doing a lot of producing when I worked at BET. I worked on the digital side, and then around 2013, I started producing. Well, I did a reality show. I was on a reality show.
Gossip Game.
Remember that. So I was on that show, and then after that, I started working behind the scenes in production, working as a writer for a lot of the reunion shows, and then ultimately executive producing for some of your favorite shows on reality TV. You mentioned a couple. You mentioned Love and Hip Hop. You mentioned Black Ink Chicago. I did one of my favorite shows that I did to this day was Hustle in Brooklyn. That was a show on BET. It wasn't as big of a show, but it was a better show for me to do. It was a lot different, and I like working on first season shows. I recently just did Growing Up Hip Hop LA. The reason why I say I like working on first season shows is because I feel like I can be creative, I can establish something. And one of the things you said when you introed me, and I know you were joking because you know I don't set nobody up, but when you said when the producers be setting them up, the problem with shows that are very, very successful in their 5th and 6th season, you go on to do that show. If you haven't started from the beginning, the cast already has all these preconceived notions about producers. So for me, coming into a show like that, a lot of times, you know, there's you walk on set, it's like, well, what's happening here? What's going on? Relax. Camera's on, the camera's rolling. We're doing a scene. This is what it's about. And just be yourself. So I think that we kind of come into these shows that are already in production and things have happened. And then it kind of creates this very weird, very tense relationship between cast and producers. And that sometimes you can grow from that. You get trust. And then other times things might go sour. And everybody thinks you're setting them up.
Do you feel like you being on reality TV show helped you to understand the people in the position now? Did you like being on reality television?
I don't know if I liked or disliked it. I think I was fine with it. You know, there were parts of it that were fun. There were other parts that to this day, I'm like, I wish that I hadn't done that. You know, I was married at the time. I'm not married anymore. So I wish that, you know, that wasn't out there. So I think, you know, you live and learn. It was an experience. I learned a lot about production by being in front of the camera. I have a lot of cast members that when I come on set that don't know me, they don't know who I am. They don't know what my history is. They don't really do their homework sometimes. You really need to do your homework on people. But you should treat everyone, you know, from, you know, the bottom to the top with respect. And a lot of times people don't know who I am or don't know where I came from, and they'll come on set and say, "You don't know what it's like to be in front of the camera." I'm like, "Actually, I do." And this scene, it's the camera's rolling. Let's go. So I think that's it was a learning experience for me, and I think it helps. I think it definitely helps.
When I did, real quick, let me say this though. When I did Making a Band, that was one of the things that we learned, to treat everybody with respect. It didn't matter if they was taking out the trash, because the same person taking out the trash today might be in position 5, 8, 10 years later. So you better treat everybody with respect, because when you falling down, that same person that was at the bottom might be on top and might be able to pull you back the fuck up, because they're going to remember when they was at the bottom, how you treated them, that you was nice to them. They're going to remember that shit. I smoked with all the interns, okay? I turned up with all the interns, all the motherfucking people at the bottom. I was like, "Hey, girl, what's going on, girl?"
Well, speaking of tops and bottoms, that goes into our first order. So Young Buck allegedly is shacking up with a transgender woman who is a former brother to his current manager, Charlie P. So Charlie P's brother used to be his brother. Now it's his transgender sister. And Young Buck is living in Cashville's, just shacking up. He's living his life. He's being open and free. And his ex, Lucretia, is upset. So she's saying that she's going to be pressing charges on him, because now that he's out, she can also express the fact that he used to beat her when she used to catch him with transgendered men and gay men as well. I found this as a post on 50 Cent's page, and he was basically saying, "Buck, you should have been let us know. Just come out, like, just be yourself." How do we feel about this, lady? Did you know Young Buck was living in Broke Buck Mountain?
Wow. Broke Buck Mountain, you crazy bitch. Yo, everybody should live their truth. I feel like we're in the era now where people can live their truth, because I was in an era where you were not allowed to live your truth. So whoever you are and whoever you're attracted to, that is your business. And now the world is more open and more receiving. So Young Buck, Mr. C, and whoever else, because there's some badass trannies. Yo, I follow a couple badass. I niggas this shit. I done got catfish, or did I? My mother said if you date one of them, you're not gay technically. Hey, I don't know. But what I will say is that they looking good. I just feel like 50 is a little too invested in what Buck is doing on his mountain, as Miss Lissa put it. I just feel like, he's always like, "Buck, just live your truth and come on out." You know what I mean? I think like he's really, if anything, shaming him. So Young Buck, you could get the whole LGBTQ MNLP community behind you, and they will go after 50 ass for shaming you for liking what you like.
Yeah, get the G unit, baby. Get the LGBTG unit.
Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride. This is the best time for anybody to come out and be theyself, okay? So shout out to Young Buck. But you wasn't low, baby. You wasn't low. So we all knew. So shout out to you for being true. Because it's hard. It's hard. Like, yo, you right, love. During that time, we could not be ourselves. Mm-hmm. Hey, this my cousin. This my best friend. Hey, best friend. Hey, best friend.
Kim?
All right. So I agree with what you guys are saying about living in your truth. But if somebody doesn't want to live in their truth for whatever their reason is, right, and they don't want to say it, I do have a problem with the bullying. I do have a problem with the cancel culture. I have a problem with all of that. Like, let's put it out. I don't know. Like, look, and I don't know if they could just bring it to 50. Like, if he's going to, nobody wants that smoke. Does anybody want that smoke?
You used to talk to him, right? He used to give you more than smoke, right? According to the rumor mill.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Nothing but love.
Everybody, do your Googles, baby. Do your Googles.
She says she is not Vivica. She says she's not Vivica.
Listen, I have nothing but love and support for everybody, for their talent. Do you know what I'm saying? Anything that, might have happened in the past so far long ago, I can't even remember what I ate yesterday. Do you guys remember what?
Oh, what he ate? What he ate? What did he eat?
Listen, I can't remember anything. So there's, you know, I am at such a different point of like, I only want to speak positivity about people. I don't want to talk about stuff like that. I don't want to go into the past. I know so many people. I knew so many people way back when. I don't know who they are today as people. People change. I don't know that man like that. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't want any of that smoke. I'm so zen. Like, listen, meditation, whatever it is, I'm there. I don't want it brought to me, people, because I know that I can't handle it. Like, it's true. I'm in a very good place. So I don't want to get aggressive and want to have that sort of feeling. And I feel like when you go and you scroll on social media and people are talking about each other back and forth, like, this is a lot of bad energy. I come from a time where you couldn't do that. You couldn't just say whatever. It was a problem. And I lost friends. Like, I have friends lose their lives over stuff like this. So it's odd to me that it's like free for all on social media. You see how
before we go on to our next topic.
Wait, Lissa.
Niggas was getting hit in the head with bottles back then. I was there. Like I told y'all, I was the secret source in the Source magazine. The night that Jay had on, I was there. I was the secret source.
I was there too.
You was the secret source?
Yeah, I was the secret source. I was like, girl. So, but you know what I mean? But that's so long ago, statute of limitations. But anyway,
right.
No, back then, niggas said you did somebody on the record, they gonna see you in the club. It's not
you
like
saw people out in the streets. Like, so now people just say whatever. Like, I have respect. When I post anything that I post, anytime my fingers like tweet or Instagram, maybe this is because of my training at the Source, I think about it before I just post it. I mean, yeah, you might have an impulsive moment every once in a while, but some people they'll say whatever. I'm not going to be walking in the streets looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds. I'm not.
Because I ran
That's why for the longest people would be like, yo, Babs, you need to blog. But for me, it was like, yo, I got certain relationships and you can't really blog when you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? On what you saying, because you don't want to fuck up certain relationships that you have.
Babs, I know you're out there. I know you go out. You're not staying. Look at you. You're moving right now. The best bloggers are the ones who don't come out the house. Right?
Yeah.
If you out of the house, you're going to run into people. But most of the time, when you find like the most lethal writing online and people who are wild to say, they don't even live in the city where everyone is. I'm from New York. I'm in New York all the time. You know, Jersey, New York, LA, I'm out. So I'm not just going to be saying stuff about people.
Speaking of
because I be wanting to go in. I do go in.
I save that for text messages for my friends. We have some really
speaking
fun
of
text
all of
threads.
that, our next story is about another person who spews a lot of different opinions that aren't always favorable. So Wendy Williams is under scrutiny and Carly Red is coming for her head because she made a comment on her show saying that Carly Red, who was allegedly, we have the source here, dating Lamar Odom, and Lamar Odom is allegedly going to be making some appearances on Love and Hip Hop. So Wendy Williams was reporting the story, and according to Wendy, she's saying that Carly Red is a little too old and a little too dusty for Lamar Odom. Carly was not with the shits, so she came for Wendy. She done posted her bathing suit picture where she looked like a pea, but the side profile where her titties looked real big and that waist was looking real snatched where she looked like an icy stick with a caramel drop on top. That picture. And she's coming for her. How do we feel about this?
I think Carly Red look good. You know,
she do. That bitch bad. That bitch bad. You hear me?
Hey,
she look good to me.
Hey,
that
man, I you know what I'm saying? I look good. But you know, Wendy always got to kick some dust up. Wendy always got to say some shit. And Wendy, you know what it reminds me of? What I used to do. Like, I used to be at home and I would just start shit on Twitter with the battle female rappers because I know that say something to Miss Hustle punk ass, she gonna run, she gonna do a video, and Luck is just at home doing nothing. So you gonna go do all the work. You gonna have everybody tune in for me. So that's what I think Wendy doing. Like when she be shitting on, Safari and everybody, they gonna release statements. Fuck you, Wendy, and go do all the interviews, and then y'all just gonna watch her show. So I think it's a genius move.
Clickbait, right? That's what we're talking about. I do
Yes.
think that it's part, like getting into these feuds, especially when it's really not going anywhere, is part of the game. It's part of awareness and getting those buzzes and making it viral. Like, I do think that there's an element of it to that. I mean, if you call me dusty like that, I'm gonna have a
Those
problem.
fighting words, right?
Yeah, that's
so. When Lamar
dusty.
was on set with Carly, was he nice to you?
I do not work on Love and Hip Hop. I worked on a few shows. I've never worked Atlanta. The last thing I did was back in the beginning of 2020. That was Love and Hip Hop New York. I just told you I came off growing up hip hop New York.
I
I gotta see what you know.
No, but Wendy is cold blooded, my nigga. I seen the interview that she just did with Cynthia Bailey, and she was like, "Yeah, I heard they shaking the show up." And she was like, "As a matter of fact, you know who needs to get fired? You need to get fired." And then we said, "Yo, Wendy, she's sitting in front of you." And
Did
then
she
she's like,
say that?
She's like, "So, I mean, you look good." She's like, "Because I didn't know what you were gonna do, but without the paycheck. But you're rich. You're a model. You already did this." And I'm like, Wendy, she's sitting there, and she's like, and Cynthia. Bound off. She was like, "But what would you do? Like, do you have any other plans outside of show sex? I don't feel like it's no way you could go. I don't want to see you get divorced. I don't want to see, you just reached your pinnacle on the show. So tell us what you got done. Breast, filters, lip, just fillers." And Cynthia's like, "Well, I got a little Botox here." I said, "God damn it, Wendy."
Wendy be making you feel like you got to answer questions, and we got to calm down, because when you live in a glass house, you can't be throwing stones, baby. Like,
well, I did an interview with the legendary Wendy Williams before she was on TV, on the radio. So shout out to Wendy Williams.
Was she nice to you?
Yes, she was nice to me. Wendy was always nice to me. Let me say that. But she was asking some crazy questions, but she was nice to me.
She probably was scared of you because she heard that the Bad Boy, the women in Bad Boy did not play. Total was outside looking for her. So she knew if she would have brought the smoke to you, they would have been outside.
That's her job, though. Like, it's her job to do that. So, like, you can't, I wouldn't take it personal. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, they're very sensitive. So a lot of people don't really have thick skin. So when you go there, you can't handle it. Like, I always felt like if you ask me a question, I don't want to answer it, I'm not answering it. Like,
but
it.
That's it. But I had a lot of media training. Thank God. I got all of this before all of that was over. So at the end of the day, you do not have to answer these questions. So,
right.
You're working with Foxy Brown now, right, to publish her memoirs. What is that like?
That's great. I am working with her on that. And I will not speak on it because that is her book and that is her story to tell, and we are not done. So
are you going to
know that it's
some security though? Because I know you said you don't want to get into a lot of things, but you're working
I'm not
with
going
her.
to. I'm not going to.
Okay.
That's you.
Shout out.
I was just letting out your media training.
No. Understand this, right? Those are, with Foxy, there's a personal relationship there, right? But those are also business relationships. So when you come on a platform like this and you start to talk about your business, because, right, I'm, just in terms of any business I do with any artist, right, with the people that I work with, those without being, written down, those are NDA'd. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not ever going to jeopardize my business and speak on stuff, before we're supposed to speak on it.
I mean, I saw it on Wendy's show, so I'm just saying what Wendy said. Wendy said that you working with, this is what Wendy said. So according to Wendy Williams, her Wendy show, Kim Osorio is working with Foxy Brown, according to Wendy Williams, and also according to Wendy Williams, she said that Foxy hit it first when it came to Jay-Z. So that's all going to be in the book.
But see, for me, it's not according to Wendy
Williams. It's not according to Kim.
It's according to Foxy Brown. She said she made the announcement that we were working on the book. And so anything with regards to the book is for her to announce. You know what I'm saying? That is her book, and I am helping her, you know, with the writing of that book, because that's what I do. I just finished Loon's book. That comes out. Let me not say the date, because the same thing applies. Let him say the date, right? So, like, we
would love to have him come up. Yeah, that's amazing.
So that, you know, like, that's what I do.
Kim, I need to talk to you. Well, Kim, I need to talk to you because I need to work on a book, baby girl. I need to work on a book. I got from here to there.
There's a difference. Let's get it. Listen, here's a difference when you write a book, right? My role is a storyteller, right? So, like, I can go back to the stuff that I did at the source. But if I'm writing a story about you for a magazine, that's my story, right? I'm writing those words for myself and for the publication that I'm working on. That's what I did at the source, right? It's a little different when you work with an artist to tell their story the way that they want to tell it. That's different than just like, I'm writing about this person. Those are protected conversations that I have with people about their own story. You know what I mean? So, like, because that's my business, I got to be careful in speaking about that. She put out there that we're working on the book. And so, like, beyond that, that's all I would say.
Shout out to Foxy Brown. Shout out to Foxy Brown. Brooklyn, y'all already know the vibes. I'm waiting for Kim to drop her book. Brooklyn, y'all already know the vibes. Already, Brooklyn all motherfucking day.
So, Kim,
all motherfucking
but
day.
I will say it's going to be good. I will say that.
I already know, because we all have personal relationships with Foxy, so we know the book has to be good. But so my question to you, and not outside of Foxy, because you worked with, you know, you working on different books or something, you don't have to question. But being that you have such rich history in hip hop, are there certain stories that you hear or certain perceptions that people hear and you be like, it didn't happen like that, or nah, I remember that shit a little differently? Is it?
There's three sides to every story: my side, your side, and the truth, right? Like, everyone has their own version of every story, because we're all different. So as you go through life, those stories, you know, you see them differently, you perceive it differently. So I have definitely heard different perspectives on the same story and been like, but now I kind of look at it differently. Back then I might have been like, that's a lie. That's crazy. But now I'm kind of like, well, shit, that's how they saw it. Like, everyone can distort reality. And especially in working in reality TV, that has become more apparent to me. That the story, because you can watch a show, see the edit, and be like, wow, that I remember a little differently. And then the audience will take from it and sort of like spin it its own way. So, you know, it's all in perception of these stories. And I've heard a couple. That
is true. That is true. You got to pay attention to clothing, people. Pay attention to clothing. Because if you do, then you will know that this is not the same conversation. They're chopping shit up and then they're putting shit together. But it's going over your head because it's going so quick. But I pay attention to clothing because they did it to me. They did it to me.
And sometimes also they'll take your back audio. So you're always being recorded. So sometimes they'll show Bab's face and my voice from some shit that I said about somebody else and make it look like I'm saying it to Babs. Like, they know how to finesse.
But that's why we need representation. See, like, as an executive producer, I wouldn't allow that to happen, right? So, like, I've been in rooms where, you know, they've just, you know, said, hey, let's Frankenbite this, or let's put something together. That's like when you take two different phrases. And if the meaning changes, I would fight as a producer to make sure that they don't change the meaning of what you're trying to say or who you were talking about. Those are real conversations that happen. Those are real conversations. Those are real arguments that happen in story rooms with producers, for sure.
I don't know.
I have one more question. Shout out to Miss Jones in the comments. She says you're looking good.
Hey, Jonesy.
Hey, Jonesy.
Of our show. She's
hey, Jonesy.
Smoking weed on camera. Okay, Jonesy, we heard you. So,
who's smoking weed?
No, we stopped. So so the next thing was because we used to blow it down like this. Now niggas be like this on the side,
I
and
have
it's
it
not
in my
even weed.
drawer.
I gotta see company that's dropping next month. So we got gummies, we got all kind of drops, we got all kind of. So Kim,
This is the perfect time to do your commercial. Do it again.
Okay, well, how you doing? It's your girl, Lady Luck, and you already know we got Lucky Crowns out. I don't have any crowns next to me, but you know, oh, that's not done yet. But we got Lucky Crowns. I got a bunch of those. We got Lucky Punch, 7 organic flavors for everything to boost your immunity, to lower your blood pressure, and help you with diabetes. And we are dropping Lucky CBD, which is also a wellness company, because I got tired of smoking weed and getting paranoid and getting the munchies and down. So now I blow pounds of CBD that gives me the same effect without me being paranoid. Now, Kim, yeah, well, ounces. So Kim, now my next question to you, right? Now that we're on this luck and healthy thing. So they sent me the clip, right? They sent me a clip, and it was like Friday we have Kim Osorio, and then Monday we got Benzino. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot. But then I remembered I saw you in the comments on Benzino's page. He was talking about Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson called him. Now I ain't gonna lie to you.
I remember that.
I thought that he was lying until I saw Kim Osorio in the comments like that. Actually, so I was like, okay, now I gotta believe it, because anybody say Michael Jackson called me, I'm like, this nigga lying. But Kim,
no, that was real.
So I guess my question is, outside of that, we'll ask him about the Michael Jackson thing. But you and Benzino, like, how did you guys patch that up, or how did you guys get on the stage now where it's like support?
I don't know if it would say like patch things up, right? Like, I had issues when I was let go, and I sued the magazine, and it was all over, and it happened, and then there was a judgment, a settlement. I moved on with my life to do what I did. They moved on with what they were doing over there at the source, and years went by. And I think, as I told my story. I wrote a book, and as the years went by, like, I don't know, I didn't hold that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have, like, it was a very tense situation, but I won't deny that when we were at the magazine, right? Like, he was like a brother to me. Remember, I didn't have any brothers. Like, I grew up, I didn't have any brothers. When I got to the magazine, that was a very personal situation, everything that was happening, right? So, like, I felt offended in what I was going through, and I decided to sue, because I had gone to law school. Like, I knew all the things you weren't supposed to do, and I did what I did. And listen, you can ask him about this. I know he respected the fact, maybe, but the fact that I was always somebody that would stand up for what I believed in, and I wasn't afraid of anything. And so as the years went by, I forgot how we had a conversation. I forgot. But, like, it was funny because we kind of jumped on the phone and kind of laughed, like, and not to say that I don't want it to be like, oh, how do you laugh about something? We went through it. It's in the past. It's so old. Right. I'm through, like, I'm over it. And then we get on the phone, and and the thing about it that I can't deny, and I've never denied this. I've never denied this. He is the person that gave me that job. You know what I'm saying? So with all my experiences, I know how much that job has been important in my career path and everything that I've been able to do. That was for me, and he was instrumental in that. So once we got on the phone, it was kind of like, that's done. And you know what? He didn't hold that grudge either. He was like, you know what, Kim, that's done. Like, it was in the past. And then we kind of moved on from there. And I think with him not being in a position of power, not being my boss, I had a different type of rapport. I think I was so much younger back then. I didn't know how to respond to certain things. I was like, this is my job. Like, I'm going to lose my job. I had now it's like he could say something and I'll just respond the way I will respond. We have a different sort of relationship. So, like, there's a lot of, I think, mutual respect there now, even after we've gone through what
I remember when you won the lawsuit, I felt like I felt like I won the lawsuit when you won. I was so happy. I felt like I won. When you won the lawsuit, I was like, yes. And then I saw my bank account, and I was like,
Benzino will say, he said at one point, I heard him say in an interview, like, I don't care. I ain't have to pay her.
Speaking
Listen,
of having
Wait,
to
let me
pay
say
her.
this real quick, Lissa. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
he
Let me say this. I truly understand what you meant by, at the time it was your job and you didn't know how to react. As we get older, as we grow in this industry, we do get more comfortable. As we boss up, as we make shit happen, we do get more comfortable. So the way that I felt when I was around Puff all these years ago, I don't feel that way now. Like when he would walk in the room, I would get nervous. Like, oh shit. Like, because I knew he had the power, you know what I'm saying, to make shit happen or make shit not happen.
Make or break you,
Yes. But when he walk in the room now, I'm like, yo, what's good? G, what's popping? What we doing? What the fuck we doing? See?
Right. It's different.
Now you feel more comfortable, and now you know who you are.
Now he like, Babs, you good? I'm like, hell no, nigga, I ain't good. What's going on? I need 100 racks, nigga, right now. What's good? What you putting on to this event I'm doing, nigga? What's good? Pull up. Pull the fuck up.
It's a different sort of,
Yes.
Well, you can always, maybe not always, because OnlyFans is in talks of diversifying their sponsorship and advertisement dollars by eliminating pornography. So initially when OnlyFans started, it was for creators. It wasn't for sexual exploitation. So now they want to have, different sponsors. They want Downy. They want, they don't want certain things.
You said
and
Downy?
You have a hindrance when you have titties always being thrown around. But some people are scrutinizing OnlyFans because they're saying the adult pornography is what got y'all popping. And now that y'all have so many eyes on y'all want to turn y'all backs on the bitches' racks. So how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like they selling out?
Wait, I'm looking for my sound effect. I can't find my sound effect.
That's none of my business. Is that the one?
No. It wasn't that one. Damn it. But I just okay. This one could go for it. Haters. But what I would say is that everybody's on only because of the girls who are on there and the guys who are on there. So you got your bag already. Trying to switch it up and change who you want to be is some bullshit. I feel like you need to go and start a whole new platform if you want, sponsors from them. Because a lot of people's over there getting their bags. You know what I'm saying? Because remember when Safari dropped his? I saw it tape. You know what I'm saying? So
this goes back to nothing lasts forever. So when you take advantage, get all you could get, because that shit ain't gonna last forever. At the end of the day, if Downey come to me and be like, yo, we want to give you a check, look, I might be like, yo, look, bitches, you can't curse no more, bitch. You can't curse no more. Got that Downey money.
She really would do that though.
Facts.
Okay. Let's just go into a quick game. Okay, and this game is called Whose Song Is It Anyway?
Daylight, what up?
I'm going to throw out the name of an artist. Whoever's the first to say whatever song, because normally I do it one person at a time, but because it's three of us, I'm going to say the name of an artist. Whoever says it first, whoever gets 3 points first wins. And it's going to be artists of different calibers. We're going to have new artists. We're going to have old artists. We're going to have, so let's get it. Ready, set, go. Queen Latifah. You got to sing the first song. You got to sing the first song that comes to your mind when I say the artist.
Okay, you sing
Whose song is it anyway? Ready? Now we're not doing Queen Latifah. 3, 2, Nas.
If I ruled the world, imagine that.
Sing a little more.
I don't even know how to play the game. I'm getting it.
Okay. Okay. All you gotta do, this is how you play, Kim. As soon as I say the artist, you sing the first song. Whoever goes, that's how we gonna do it. Okay? Ready? Let's get it. Meek Mill.
See, I be riding through my own hood. But I'm with my attitude. But I'm on some new shit. They gonna ride me.
Gonna win.
Okay. Luck is about to win. Luck, take a break. Let's see what Kim knows, because she worked in hip hop, and we got Babs also. We know you know. Let's see what they know. Let's get it. Erykah Badu.
On and on.
Tyrone, I think you better call Tyrone.
So we go. Bunny got 1, Babs has one. Luck has two. Our next one, the baby.
Back in a minute.
Megan.
And I don't know
That's
the
it.
words.
That's it. That's it.
It
That's it. Just like that. Mumble rap
Yo, for sure. Yeah. See, I got kids.
You got one.
Kids.
Babs has one. Lucky has two. The next one, Method Man.
You're all that I need. I'll be there for you. If you keep it real with me, I keep it real with you.
Okay, we got 2, 2, 1. Let's get it. Let's go. Big Daddy Kane.
Here I am. R-A-W. A terrorist. I'm here to bring trouble to
What?
seas. I move all the...
Oh!
Let's go.
Let's do three more. Let's do it. Nori.
Get bold.
Nori.
I want to do Big Daddy Kane all day. Let's just do Big Daddy Kane.
Disappointment of a superstar.
Get it, friend. What? Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco.
Oh. I know Lupe's song.
Keep sweat.
Make it last forever. And then
let me see y'all know. Let's try this. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
The reason.
Damn, B.
She won. She the champ. Okay, give her the belt. Give her the belt. Give her the belt.
Pre-95, I'm good. Pre-95.
Give her the belt. Nah, you even knew the
suck at this
game.
game.
Time today.
Oh, yeah,
time today. You knew that. That's not even it.
I don't know the words. But I got kids.
What song is this?
That's not the baby.
That's not the baby?
That's Moneybag Yo. I should know. I play that song every day.
Wait.
Hannah's in the ooh. Hannah said ooh. Hannah said Hannah in the ooh. What song is that?
That's my shit.
What song is that?
That's Benzino doing it.
I'm only gonna do that. That makes me elevate.
Yeah.
What?
I'm in the ooh.
How I get that ooh.
How I get that ooh. I like that.
Congratulations to Coy Leray. She just posted that she got her high school diploma. It's never too late to get your education. And the two executives that signed her came to the graduation. They put on their robes and everything, and it's a celebration. So congratulations to her.
And
she told y'all.
I don't even think that she was born when I worked at the source. I think she must have been like a little baby. Isn't that crazy?
She was little purr. She was baby purr.
She
said she's only into doing things that's gonna make her elevate. So there you go. Shout out to her for getting that high school diploma.
Never too late, baby. I got my education. I got my GED. Shout out to the people that got their JED. It's all right, baby.
I got my GED too, boo. Damn.
All right, it's never too late.
I got degrees on the wall.
Don't worry about that.
There you go. You got them plaques, baby.
All right, don't get them.
That's how you know
what you're doing right now.
Hold on. She wants
to get excited. Hold on. I'm trying to fix up the basement. Hold on. Ready? Hold on. The basement look crazy. Don't look at my basement.
Plaques on her head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I got mine in here somewhere.
Hold on.
That's the big one.
That's the big one.
That's the big one. Do y'all see it though?
See this? When you order from my website, you're going to get one of these, baby. And it's going to have stuff in it. It's going to have glasses.
You're not going to say nothing about my law degree? Damn it, I just made sure. I said you're not going to say nothing about my law degree?
We proud of you. When we need a lawyer, now we know who to go to, baby. When you need a representation, you don't need to go get the lawyer that they appoint for you. Now you could get Kim Osorio, okay? And all of y'all that's been signing bad deals, y'all don't got time to read your contract because y'all can't read without using your finger. Hit Kim Osorio, baby. She can help you. Tell your story, and
I'm coming on my IG Live like this from now on.
That's
Kim,
right.
What field is it in that you have this law degree? What do you specialize in?
Law. Read the letters. Wait. I want you to read it under my name. Can y'all see that? Or
it's backwards. You have to put it in the mirror.
Oh, see, it says
it's a camera.
Juris Doctorate. That's a law. I went to law school after college.
That's right.
So
So
but
now
I also, I got something good. I always show this. Hold on, I'm just
pull
taking
it
on the
out.
show.
Pull it out. And while she's pulling that out, let
Did
me ask
y'all
you.
Wait.
hear? Did y'all hear about the lawsuit where Jay-Z is suing a photographer?
Yes.
Look at
Yes.
this is a Jonathan Mannion exclusive. Look at
That's
that.
you
Fire.
See
gonna
that?
sell that one too.
Kim, they might come after you now
They
for the
coming for
picture.
yours
The
too.
picture.
Yeah.
You better put that away.
Jay-Z coming for me. He
He
like, give me
coming for
that
you
photo.
too. So you okay? And that goes kind of with our topic. Our topic is: does sex get better or worse with time? Like in the beginning, it start off as good.
It's a
Do
roller
it stay
coaster.
good?
It's a roller
If
coaster.
it's trash in the beginning, is it gonna stay trash? Can you
No.
learn each other's bodies and make it better?
Yo,
Kim,
right?
you
Having first somebody, y'all just learning each other's bodies, so it'd be good. Now, if it's good from the first time, then y'all in a relationship, because that's normally how good sex is. But what happens is y'all learn each other's body, and then y'all go up, y'all learn how to do everything that you're doing, and then it falls.
everybody, what's your freak numbers? Go ahead, Kim.
Sex is very mental, right? It's very mental. So like, I mean, yeah, you need to know what you're doing. So
That's why
I
I
think
like.
it's all in your mind, right? It's all in your mind. So I feel like it can get better if that's what you want. But if you don't really want that and you're thinking about something else, then it's gonna get boring after a while. It's gonna, it's all about what you want.
You need to
How
find
soon should you express your sexual desires?
what
In a
song.
relationship,
Just, I mean, you meet let's say you have sex with somebody and it's not that good, but it's the beginning of y'all talking or relationship or whatever. Do you tell them then that it was trash? Like, nah, you ain't really hit the spot, daddy. Like,
I could read a person before I had sex with them to know
I
if they
was
my.
gonna say, like, if I gotta tell you all of that, if you can't tell, I'm
No, I
older.
was with somebody and I did trash when we was having an argument, and then we barely had and after that. But it was a bad argument, and I was feeling frustrated anyway. So normally, I like to, somebody who speaks to my inner, person. You said what song? No,
wait, what?
did you say what song goes with us? Because I was about to say sex with me, so amazing, and I don't want to sing nothing else before they shut us down.
What's your freak number? How freaky are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Not everybody at once.
There's church folks in here. I told you when you start talking about these type of things, I'm not.
They know what they're getting with you. Look, you smoked CBD on the screen. Let's talk about it. What's your freak number?
I'm
Is
down
it an
for it.
8? Because you like to eat? Is it a 9? Because you bring it fine? Is it a 6? Because you like them chicks? Tell us, what's your freak number?
Miss Lissa, how come you don't have to answer any other questions?
Because I have to narrate.
Yeah, you're right.
What's your freak number? What's your freak number?
11.
There you go.
11. Because I'm going to take you to heaven. Baby. Okay? I like to try new things. Okay?
I know these girls on here. Everybody's answer is 10 or 11 or 12. I know everybody.
Right.
I know everybody on here.
But I'm also, I used to be nervous of telling somebody, like, if something was trash or if I didn't like it. I used to be like a people pleaser where I would kind of like fake it. And then I realized that ain't it. So, baby, this new Miss Lissa gonna hurt your feelings if you're not doing it right. You gonna know. Your ass gonna know.
Okay, right? You guys, Kim, you heard about me, right? You know that I like women, right? So normally,
You're like, Kim, have you been following?
did they
You know that I came out a while ago.
Okay, good. Because I know people have been saying that. But in my field, I normally have to teach. If she's new at this, I have to teach. So long as she's a good student,
Oh.
yeah, normally if she's a willing participant, you know what I'm saying? Like if she's a really good student, then she can learn really quick, because I'm normally teaching somebody who's never been to this class before.
Mm-hmm.
So do you like straight girls more than like lesbian girls?
You know,
is that like?
And I have this debate with all of my AG delegates. I don't care what you are, your orientation. If I say I like you, because I'm pretty, you know what I'm saying? So how you not gonna like me? I'm pretty. But So I normally know they normally be straight women just because I'm normally on IG late at night or somebody's sister or something. But like, they definitely want to try this subject with myself. It's very rare that I meet a gay woman. Because bitches be like they gay and then they have a baby in 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was with a bitch for 8 years and now she got a new kid. No, and I don't be thinking nobody gay.
Look, you be having a lot of high profile relationships, right?
I had one high profile domestic violence filled relationship. Yes, I did.
Oh. But yeah. I thought you had a few.
What'd you say, Alex?
There were a few high profile.
No, it was just one because normally the young ladies that I'm with, they're not into the spotlight. But I definitely had one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So, okay, she got before we get into that, the domestic violence thing. So on Black Ink, I know that you used to produce Black Ink. There's a storyline now that Donna is allegedly beating on Alex, and Alex looked like he did need help. And when Donna pulled up, and Donna is a friend to the show, and I've known you for a long time, but bitch, when Donna pulled up, it definitely looked like a nigga that was beating up on her. Like if it was in reverse, we would have been like, save Donna. Like Alex was shook daddy. And he even said, everybody knows you're beating my ass, right? But then he retracted his statement and now he's apologizing, saying that it was all just for a storyline. But can you blink twice if he really getting beat?
I'd worked on Chicago.
Okay.
Look at my eyes. I worked on Chicago. So I didn't work with the New York cast.
Can you bring Ryan over here? Baby.
Y'all love Ryan, right? Baby. Ryan's a sweetheart.
Ryan, my freak number is 45 for you, baby. We going to the moon, baby.
Donna is thicker than a motherfucker. You hear me? Donna thicker than a snicker, goddammit. Listen. And plus, Alex let them niggas beat his ass, all right? Beat his ass. Donna had to jump in.
She did jump in.
Once you gotta jump in, because now it's some chicks, regardless, they jumping in. It don't even matter if they man is winning or losing. Bitch, like what? We ride it. But he was getting that ass beat. He let C's cousin, nigga. They jumped that nigga. Yo, son.
I saw that episode.
Boom. Like, and then Donna had to hold that.
Donna had to come hold it down, baby.
Come on, after that, like he should have left her. He should have known. He should have been like, listen, boo, thank you for holding me down, but I can't do this no more. Because I'm telling you, anything he say, like, what, nigga? What? Yeah. It gets real. Shout out to Donna. Donna thicker than a snicker. Hey,
I say to a lot of my friends, even in the industry, if you produced on a Black Ink, you can produce any show. Seriously. Like those shows are serious. Like after Chicago, I was like, I don't want no one telling me I don't have enough experience to do any other show. Because that's like, you don't know if you go home that night.
What was your first show that you worked on, Kim, outside of you on TV? What was your first show as a producer?
Okay, so it's weird because I come from live to TV. So I did a lot of MTV shows. I did a lot of scripted, like, but you mean reality, right?
Well, no, just big dog pulling your dick out. What's the first show that you worked on as, Kim Osorio, like not as the talent?
That's hard because I was doing the Love and Hip Hop reunions first.
Okay.
I was doing the Love and Hip Hop reunions, but I will say as in the field, right? So you know how they say you go in the field, a field team, right? I did Hustle and Soul, which was a WE TV show.
With the chef. He was out here slinging that thing. He was out here throwing the sauce around in
that was a tough show to produce.
They used to get it shaking. You hear me? Shaking.
I used to talk to Cola. Cola was on that show.
I did the development tape for that show. Like before it actually was sold, we did the development tape for that show.
Forget everything I said. I retract that statement. I am Alex. I didn't say that. That was just for a storyline. That's not true. Love didn't talk to nobody.
That girl wasn't on the show when I did the tape with the original cast.
What girl? There's no girl.
That person, whoever. Nobody. Nothing done. That show was crazy. Plates. They were fighting over Windex. It was crazy.
I love that show.
First of
Bring back
all,
that show.
You
when
said
we
I
did,
love that show. Nobody
of
could
all-
work. Nobody wanted to work on it after season 1. Every producer was like, "I'm not doing that show anymore. It's hard to produce."
when we did Making the Band, there was no security, there was none of that shit. Okay. And the fucking camera crew niggas would jump in to break up fucking fights. Like, and when I think back at that shit, I'm like, yo, somebody could have straight up got bodies in there, yo. You hear me? Bodied, because it was a free
Knock on
fall.
wood. Knock on wood. I have said a lot. Like, I think the shows have been toned down now because networks are getting wind of it. But I have said that we've been lucky that nothing has really, like, and there have been some stories of some shows and some development tapes that never made air. Like some shows that were ordered by networks and crews have gone down to shoot, and then something really bad happens and they decide not to go through with the show because it's like, if this is how we're starting, we can't even put this show on TV. Like, there have been those stories.
Wow.
There's some shows that never made air that were filmed and were ordered. You know how the network has to make an order for a show. So when you sell a show, you package the show, you go in, you shoot something, you do a little sizzle reel, and you take that out to production companies and networks, and then a network will pay for a certain amount of episodes. Okay, I love that. I'll take 8 episodes, let's say. It's like they're taking an order. And there have been some shows ordered that have never made air because things have happened behind the scenes. So we've been lucky.
That's crazy.
So doing TV, and you're doing a good job, and you've done reality and scripted. Are you interested in the movie field as well? Is that your next big thing that you will knock out of the park and make us all proud of you?
So a lot of scripted shows look down on reality television and reality TV producing. I come from a writing background, so like I want to write. Scripted was something that before I got into reality, I was pitching a lot of scripted shows and working with people on scripts, right? I've always done that, and that is the lane that I want to be in. But a lot of scripted, companies and shows, they don't understand. To me, reality producing is a lot harder. It's a lot harder because you come up with a plan and a storyboard, and then you go in the field, and the cast just totally goes left, and you have to create on the spot. So you have to figure out a way to connect the story while you're in the field. So you're working, a little bit of like your trust with the cast to get them to do what you need them to do, but also kind of spinning the story to make sure it's better than what you put up on that board and that story room. So to me, it's harder.
Can I ask you this question? Can I ask you this question? All right. So okay, so I was casted recently to be on a reality show, right? But unfortunately, right before I was supposed to go on set, I caught COVID. I tested positive for COVID. So they decided to go on with the show, without me, whatever. I was devastated about the situation. But now when I'm looking at the show that's on right now, I'm just like, yo, they wildin'. I feel like they should have waited. They should have waited for me. What do you feel would make them make a decision to be like, all right, do you feel like it's money? Like the money?
It's open. Like there's a whole COVID compliance thing now in all productions, right? So it's different. Like production companies are spending a certain amount of money on COVID compliance. You got to have a COVID officer on set. These tests cost money. Everyone has to be tested, so there's a new line in the budget for COVID only. So I'm sure everything was mapped out. And once that happened, they're not going to wait unless they felt like the value was like, if it was like about you, they would have had to wait. But if it's about other people, like everybody's always, trying
yes,
to
it's other girls on the show. It is people in the comments. It is BET Encore, the show that's on.
I was gonna ask you, but I didn't know if you wanted to say
yes, it is that show. So I was casted for the show, like bags packed, ready to go. Did everything I had to do, and bam, I caught COVID. They hit my lawyer and was like, unfortunately, we gotta, move on. I felt like I felt like they could have waited, not
Me
held the
too.
show up.
They needed you.
I didn't feel like they should have held production, but I feel like I could have still came in the house 14 days later.
You know what it is? It's because it's the cost, right? It's all of the moving pieces. They got a house that they've put to the side. They've had to book the crew. They've had to reserve people's time, producers. So, like, in order to move that ends up costing them more money. So that's probably what it is.
How long were they filming that show? It didn't look like they was filming that long.
I know a lot of people that,
because it looked like they putting a show together within 3 weeks.
Listen, let me tell you. But let me tell you something though. Like, of course, I didn't know who else was gonna be on the show. You know, nobody knew who else was gonna be on the show, but I did know that I was supposed to be the only rapper on the show, you know. And when I'm watching it, I feel like, yo, this dynamic would have been so great for me, because I would have been in Sarah's position. If you watch the band, you know Sarah was the only singer. And so for me, I'm like, yo, I would have been in her position where I'm the only rapper. These bitches would have been like, why the fuck is this bitch here? You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, it would have been a situation. It could have been bad. It could have been good. But overall, I think it would have been good. And I would have loved to have been in a situation in a house full of bitches that's like, why the fuck is this bitch here? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they used Keely, because Keely feels like she was just thrown in the last minute and she doesn't even want to be a part of the group. And if you go back to 3LW, when she was thick and tired of the fucking promises, she was rapping. So she might be the rapper that's supposed to be standing in until you ready to knock her head off. Because, baby, she thought she could rap. It wasn't Notori. It was her and them teeth.
Shout out to Carlos King. Shout out to Carlos King. You know what I'm saying? For even, you know, hitting me up, because it was nothing that I, you know, went to get. Like, they reached out to me like, hey, Baz, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Carlos King for making shit happen. And, you know, we never know what's going to happen in the future, right?
Well, you're still one of the best storytellers on the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese show. Are we going to get our bunny tail?
Listen, because we're about to go soon, so let me give y'all my bunny tail real quick. All right. So today's story is about Brittany Crosby and Crystal Jackson. Okay, both of them 24 years old, from Houston, Texas. Now, Brittany and Crystal was in a relationship. Yes, lesbians. Okay. Now, Crystal had a 5-year-old daughter. Now, Brittany and Crystal lived with Brittany's great grandmother. She was 90 years old. Okay. Now, she raised Brittany. She raised her. So they living with her. She's 90. They helping her out. They like, yo, we can live here. We ain't got to really pay no bills. We can help you out. Bam, bam, bam. But they want to go out. They want to get on their own. They want their own crib. But the first thing they need is a car. Now, Brittany, her father, this nigga, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga in and out of jail her whole life. So he comes home from jail and he goes and stays with his grandmother, which Brittany lives with, her great grandmother. Okay. And so now he's looking at his daughter and he like, yo, why my grandmother looking out for you? He hating on his own fucking daughter, hating on her, bum ass nigga. Right. So now, one day, Brittany and Crystal disappears. Nobody can find them. Crystal mother is calling. Can't reach. She goes to the house. Nobody's there but Crystal's daughter. Crystal's daughter there by herself. Where's your mom? I don't know. I don't know where mom is at. Okay? So now, they put out an investigation. About 3 days later, this guy, he's taking out the garbage. Hold on, y'all. I need some water.
Yo, Babs does this once a week and has us on the edge of our...
It's called Bunny Tails and we love it.
Now, you need some water.
Yes. So, 3 days later, this guy, he's taking out the garbage. He worked for this store. So he goes back and he like, yo, y'all threw mannequins out? It's some mannequins in the garbage can. They go out. It's not mannequins. It's 2 bodies. So they call the cops. Cops come. The bodies are Brittany and Crystal. So now they go to the crib. They tells Brittany father and great grandmother what happened. Brittany's father, like, oh my God, oh my God, my daughter, I can't believe my daughter. He in there wilding. So now, here we go. They do DNA tests and fingerprints on the shit that was in the garbage can. Okay? Because Brittany had a sheet wrapped around her head when they found her. All right? When they pulled the sheet back, she was beat so bad, they beat her brains and beat her. Now, Crystal was shot in the head. Bam. They found her eyes wide open, shot in the head. So now, they do this motherfucking fingerprints and DNA test. And who fingerprints is it? It's the motherfucking father. Okay? It is the father. So now, the father, he was hating. He was mad because they got a new car. They got a 2006 Kia. You hear me? They saved up they put their tax return money, and they got this car, and they said, yo, we out of here. He was hating. He was a bum. He ain't had no car. He ain't had no crib. He ain't had nothing. He seen two bad bitches getting it, and he fucking killed them. Hating. The father. This is a true story. Please go look it up. Crystal and Brittany. Okay?
Thank you,
There you
Bab.
go.
And that concludes our bunny tail. You can always tell Babs how much you love the bunny tails right in the comments, or you can email us at the becshow@gmail.com. We loved having you here, Miss Kim Osorio. Let the people know where they can find you, more information, more TV shows, more pitches.
Thank you for having me. You can find me at Kim Osorio1, all O's, at Kim Osorio1 on Instagram, Twitter, email. That's who
Kim
I am.
Osorio1. And be a lookout. When you're watching your favorite reality TV shows, wait till them credits
Check the
hit.
credits.
When you see them credits, baby, them executive production credits, you going to see her name, Kim Osorio. I call her KO because she knocking it out, baby.
Okay.
Well,
What's up, love?
I got Lucky Punch, I got Lucky Crowns, I got Lucky CBD, but I also have Lucky Sounds. And somehow, being nice to one of the people who was in the field with our TV show, she hooked me up with Truly Original. So I have 4 shows with Truly Original where I'm doing music supervision. So I do the on Atlanta Housewives. I do the music. I got 3 seasons with them. I do the music for Shahs of Sunset and Family Karma.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and thank you. And I got a new show that's on TikTok. And I'm just throwing it out there in case you need the only Black LGBT library in the game.
I did not know that.
LG unit.
Yo, Kim, I didn't know nothing. I was learning everything as we go. I will DM you, we'll text, we'll call. Because I would love some help if you could. My first interviewer and your first interview.
Right.
Kim been a big sister to me. I remember I used to go ranting up at the Source magazine. I used to stand at the table and just yell, and Kim would be like, "What the fuck, Luck?" You know.
I remember that interview at, I think it was at HMV, right?
Yeah, we was out there in Times Square. Remember?
HMV? That's definitely.
I have all of the interviews too. I remember. You know how editor's note in the beginning of the magazine before the whole magazine, you know, the editor would write. Kim dedicated one to me one time. You know what I'm saying? So
that's so sweet.
Got it. It's my bitch.
I'm nice.
Well, we already know we got the legend Kim Osorio. Bunny, talk to us about Queen of the Ring before we go.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Bad Bunny, the girl, first lady of the streets, QOT, y'all. Give it up for the ladies. It's going down this Saturday live in LA. Live and for free on Caffeine. Y'all better get the motherfucking app. Get the Caffeine app. It's a lit situation. Ear to the throne. Listen, this card is fucking insane. We got 40 Bars versus KCJ. We got E Hart versus First Lady Flames. We got Shuni the Rapper versus Vixen the Assassin. We got Official versus Young Goddess. We got Miss Hustle versus Coffee Brown. It's going down in LA, baby. This Saturday, it's a lit situation. Give it up for the fucking ladies.
That's right. Give it up, baby.
I'm coming.
Give me some money. Go to my website, into Miss Lissa Knows. Go to MissLissaKnows.com. I have sunglasses, hats, tote bags, and so much more. And if you enter the code BEC, you'll save some bacon, egg, and cheese, baby. 20% off. You're welcome. We love having you here, Kim Osorio. You are welcome to come back whenever.
Yay.
Okay.
I want to play the rap game again. I appreciated it when y'all said Big Daddy Kane. I was ready for that one.
We love that game. You did a great job. So until next time, okay. Welcome to.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
Friday's episode was a little bit longer as usual. Monday we got Benzino coming through. That's KO's former
That's right.
business associate, and he's going to be talking his side of the story. It's two sides to every story. So now we're going to get his side.
And the truth. Yo, it's
Tell
three
him I
sides.
said hi. Tell him I said hi to my people.
So everybody do a smile for the picture. I'll be looking crazy.
Make sure y'all get that caffeine app. Get that caffeine app. It's going down this Saturday.
MissLissaKnows.com.
I like this show.
Thank you.
Hey.
Energy. Good energy. I feel like I'm awake now.
Yes. I'm dead.
What do I do? Log off? Do I log off? How does this end?
Yes, Kim.
Smile.